Ladies and gentlemen, joining us, LaDarius Galloway from Indianola, Missouri, currently franchise tag running back in the FCF for the Wild Aces. I gotta say, I was excited to hear your franchise tag. I'm a Wild Aces fan. We all picked our teams before the season started, and it's great to have you. Luke was excited week one when you were on the Beast. He's a Beast fan.
Yeah, I love the receiving touchdown that you had, and I was like definitely gonna draft you in the second week, and then they stole you from us. So
Yeah, and this past week you had a pretty solid start too. Surprised we didn't really use you too much late in the game, which obviously we should have. We unfortunately lost, but hopefully we are able to use you more, and you can ball out for us in the coming weeks. Josh, you wanna take this
Yeah,
first question?
so we're 2 weeks into the FCF season now, and of course, we already went over your week 1 and 2 stats. And then it was announced this week that you were tagged by the Wild Aces. What was the overall experience been like of this because it is a very unique league. So what sets it out from different leagues?
The experience is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It feels great, you know what I'm saying, to know that you're solidified in the league. You know what I'm saying? They're just starting up and everything. And it being with the Wild Aces was also dope too, you know. And I'm just glad to be a part of the organization and glad to be out there, you know what I'm saying, in the FCF doing something I love to do and having fun.
It's awesome. I'm definitely enjoying the league a lot. You also on the broadcast this past week, you had very high praise from Austin Eckler. He said that you are that man, and that was the big decision on why he decided to grab you. I'm sure that is amazing to hear from someone like him.
Yes, sir. That is amazing to hear. You know, and just him just noticing my talent. You know, something that's pretty much been hard, you know what I'm saying, to be noticed, you know what I'm saying, my whole life. And, have him someone always speaking highly of me. I feel like that's great to have too.
yep. So we saw your senior year stats at Gentry High School. You had over 2,000 rushing yards, and along with 23 touchdowns through 11 games. So I was wondering, was it during this period of high school where you're having a lot of success that like you decided that football was what you wanted to do as like a future plan, or was it earlier in life, like when you were younger playing football, when you decided like this is what you wanted to do?
It had happened when I was younger, but I know my senior year of high school, that was pretty much around the time when I really just took it. Like I am saying, I don't take it serious now, but that was around by the time my love for the game had really just grew, because I was getting noticed, you know what I'm saying, from big name programs, a lot of junior colleges at the time, about to be ready to come out. I was graduating. I was Mr. 2000 my senior year. It was awesome, rushing for 2,000 yards.
So it's
And being
basically
able to,
so basically around that time you're like, wow, I am like really good enough to do this my entire life.
right. It was awesome experience, awesome to do. Rush for 2,000.
That is incredible.
Yeah, and after high school, we saw you went to play in JUCO at Copiah Lincoln in Weston, Mississippi. I saw a 1,000-yard season along with 10 touchdowns in 9 games in 2016. There's been plenty of notable NFL players who've played JUCO as well. Now MVP Aaron Rodgers, Super Bowl winners Levante David, Jason Pierre-Paul, Alvin Kamara, Cam Newton. What is it like to play JUCO ball, and how I heard it's quite important to the players. I want to know, what was the experience like, and what was its importance to you?
Okay, junior college ball was pretty much like, I can say, um, it was, I can describe it as pretty much everybody out there home. You know what I'm saying? Junior college, so everybody trying to fight for an opportunity to get to the next level. So by you knowing that everyone out there trying to fight to get to the next level, man, it just pushes you every day, you know what I'm saying, to get on your grind, stay on your grind, and stay motivated, you know what I'm saying, because you either gonna get knocked off, you know what I'm saying, pretty bad if you ain't paying attention and staying focused, you know what I'm saying, or either just gonna have to get in your bag
A
and just
hungry league.
grind with the guys. Yeah, it's a hungry league for real, and guys are hungry. Easily get knocked off quick because, like, at the time we was number one in the nation, and we had lost 2 games to like the worst 2 teams that was in the league, Mississippi or MACJC at the time. That was Hines and Jones Community College. teams that we knew we should have beat at the time. But it's just like any man to be. You gotta prove yourself as a man on each and every game, each and every down. So
Very, very
every game
humbling,
was a
I
big
assume.
game. Right, very humbling.
Yeah, and we saw in early 2017 you transferred from JUCO to UT Martin. You also had offers from New Mexico and Southeast Missouri State for D1 as well. What drew you to UT Martin over the other two schools?
Just the overall interest from the coaches. I feel like I got more interest from the coaches than I did at other schools. I know when I got the offer from New Mexico, I haven't pretty much heard anything from the coaches. But the Southeast Missouri was also a contender with UT Martin because they're rivalry schools. But I pretty much made my decision based off UT Martin was chasing Jacksonville State in the OVC, and Southeast Missouri was chasing UT Martin in the conference. So I pretty much wanted to go where I pretty much was going to help out my team, be successful in the conference. And UT Martin was close at the time, being able to compete with Jacksonville State. A lot of my guys like Siren Neal, they played for the Buffalo Bills. I was going to be able to compete with him. Compete against some guys from the Ole Miss game, that pretty much got NFL opportunities. That's in that league right now. I know the Moore twins, them guys being from Mississippi, being able to compete with them in that game, that was an awesome experience. But other than that, it was great.
And we also saw that in 2019 you had a brief stint with the Calgary Stampeders in the CFL. So we just wanted to know, how was that league different than the college, just in the way that it was run, and how was the process of playing in a different country?
Other than not being able to run right up the middle at the 1 yard line because you're going to meet a goal. They have the things
goal
there, right?
post right in the end zone.
Yeah.
Right. It was awesome playing in the CFL. It was a great experience for me. I got a chance to actually honestly witness guys that have been in the NFL or in the CFL. I went through some of the things that I went through, from a college experience. So it was just like, when I got to the CFL, it was just like, man, it's really possible, that I can be playing on any level, whether it be CFL, XFL, or NFL. It was very motivating. I met a lot of guys. I know Wayne McManus played with the Memphis, played with University of Memphis, and also playing with the Calgary Stampeders right now. It was awesome just meeting those guys like Don Jackson, Romar, Terry Williams. And being able to run behind some of those guys like that, and run behind a veteran O-line, that was an awesome experience.
That's awesome. I can tell that you really do have a love for the game of football, and I want to know if there's a certain either football player or just someone that you look up to that you model your game after.
It's 3 players actually. It's either Barry Sanders, Marshall Faulk, or Reggie Bush.
All fantastic, obviously.
Yeah.
Imagine great examples of how to be a good football player.
Yeah, and we also want to know, while we're on the topic of the NFL and players, do you have a favorite NFL team, or are you more of a players kind of guy?
I do have a favorite NFL team, but I also just a player too. Players kind of guy, but I like the Saints. The Saints pretty much my team. I grew up watching the Saints pretty much my whole life, just from watching Bush at USC. Rip Bush was always a favorite, him and LT coming up. So I always wore either 21 or 25. So that was pretty much my favorite numbers.
You ready for Drew Brees to move on, or you think he should hold on a couple more years?
I think he got one more in him. I don't know. The Saints just defensively, they just gonna have to come together and make more stops defensively. Because I don't think it's the offense. Having Kamara lighting it up, when Drew Brees get going, having Kamara get going, that offense is going.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of talent on that side of the ball for sure.
Right, and especially when that defense getting stops, getting the ball back into their hand, that's when they were the most dangerous for real.
Correct.
And in terms of your running style, what would you say that your specialty is, or something that separates you from the other running backs, either in the FCF or ones that you faced in the CFL?
It's just pretty much my vision. I'm able to see and get in and out of cuts, make moves that other running backs, wouldn't see at certain situations. So I know my elusiveness helps me out a lot. My awareness and where I'm at on the field and where I'm at all times. It just, I don't know, my game always been very versatile, because being from Indian Oak, Mississippi, we always played satellite football and everything. We was taught to just who's gonna be the best athlete. We just throw it up a lot of times and go get it. And that's what, I'm not saying that that's what this league is, but that's what this league remind me of. Just bringing back that feeling of bringing that love back that I had as a kid. Just reminding me the basic principles of the game. Because like this game, I could say this game kind of mixed with the yard, like on Madden. Where you go out there, just be your own self. Wear what you want. Interact with guys and have fun with teams, and let the fans be in control. That's another great way to let the fans get involved and have some fun with the league as well. So, yeah, that's what I overall like about it.
I definitely think that like everyone in the FCF seems to be having a blast, whether win or lose. I know there's a lot of competitive guys there, but afterwards it seems like no matter who was chirping during the game, they're all friends and they're all hugging after the game, and it's really something cool to see.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's great to see others win, you know what I'm saying? And that's what life is all about at the end of the day anyway, you know what I'm saying? We all here to serve others, you know what I'm saying, to help each other out. As a teammate, you know what I'm saying, and being the person that I am. Sometimes it's always good to give more so than it is to receive, you know what I'm saying? Like this year, like I could say, like Saturday, my dog Burgess, he wanted to get in the end zone. My dog Burgess, he's 31. He's been away from the kids a little while. He's like, man, I want to get in the end zone, man. I was like, bro, you can go ahead, you can take this drive right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can get in the end zone right here. You know what I'm saying? It's coming up right now. And then, like I said, it was just special, you know what I'm saying, just to see him get in the end zone and see him, be able to tell his kids that, celebrate, being a man, you know what I'm saying, a guy been working hard his whole life. I'm 23 years old, you know what I'm saying. I just understand, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially being someone at that age, you know what I'm saying, you've been chasing something your whole life, And I feel like that's what it's about at the end of the day.
Yep. And so I had one more question. If you had, so we've talked about all of the various teams and levels that you've been on. If you had to pick one game or like one specific memory from a game that would be your favorite from past games that you've played, what would that be?
The play versus MTSU. In the MTSU game, I made like 9 guys miss. If you want to see it, I can send it to you over through the Twitter so you can see it.
Of course, of course.
Man, I'm gonna let you guys check it out real quick.
Just a couple more questions here, more about the FCF. As a fan, we absolutely love the power of like it being in our hands. Multiple times while watching NFL games, as a fan, it's 3rd and 4 or 3rd and 15, and for some reason the offense coordinator runs a draw, and it all makes no sense to us, and we get pissed. Is there a time now that you're in the FCF where you're looking at the play call and you're like, what the hell are these fans thinking? Or even as a player before in the CFL where you're like, Coach, what the hell are you doing? Does that happen to the players as well?
They kind of it be like that sometimes, but I ain't gonna lie. Knowing that the league is fan control, we kind of like expected it. You know what I'm saying? Because some fans aren't gonna actually just like kind of scheme against defenses. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, a lot of people said the way the Wild Aces, you know what I'm saying, played football, last year, they said we was actually playing football, you know what I'm saying, as far as like mixing around with the pass. Like they said that we were pretty much moving the ball, you know what I'm saying, the way things, should have looked and all that. So
I definitely think fans need to realize that there are very talented running backs in that league. And with their being at only 7-on-7, I mean, the running game seems like a strong way to go.
Exactly. And that's something to go ahead and just like develop early. And that's something we've been doing as AC, you know what I'm saying? As far as like as the weeks progress, it's gonna get harder and harder to pass in this league. So we're gonna have to kind of like develop some kind of like hard nosed, you know what I'm saying, running game about ourselves as each team. So and I feel like the Aces, you know what I'm saying, we kind of ahead right now. Even though we did lose, I do feel like that play where Chris Collins, he made that the interception. I felt like that would have been a turning point in the game for us because we was up at the time.
Definitely.
You have all the fans on your side on that one.
Definitely. Once he got that pick, man, we definitely would have went down the last drive and scored, man, put the game away. I felt like, but like I said, the call was made, and that's how we just pretty much had to live with, get it back down the road. Just stay focused.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gotta be tough seeing. I mean, you teamed with TJ Edwards last week, who of course we had the opportunity to talk to 2 weeks ago. Like you already spoke on how it's like being happy for other players, but I mean, you guys should have won that game with the interception, but with 0 seconds on the clock, you see your quarterback of last week have an absolutely amazing play and score. What does that feel like? Is there a little bit of like, damn, we lost, or is it like, hey, that's my boy over there scoring a touchdown?
Nah, it's no family loss. Nah, it's still my boy TJ. It's still a hell of a play, hell of a move. Sherry at the time, he pretty much made a play. Like I said, they would pretty much roll with or stuck with what was called on the field. Had it been turned around or had it went a different way, I felt like we had won. But they took advantage of the opportunity that was set on the field. You can't do nothing but respect to that. So I never get down on a guy. You know what I'm saying, for him, doing his thing.
Correct.
Yeah, definitely. And while we're on the topic of your relationship with teammates and obviously teammates 1 week and opposite side of the field next week, are there any particular players that you connect great with that you would like myself and other Wild Aces fans to draft this coming Wednesday?
Yeah, for sure. My dog TJ stay right next door to me, so I think he'll be a great pick for us. Also, we can keep Ralph. We can keep Rashard. Those are my guys. We actually got a history of playing together. When we was in high school, we played in the Mississippi Grind 7-on-17. And also we played in the Mississippi versus Alabama game. Once we graduated, and we was in that All-Star Classic. Well, when it was Mississippi versus Alabama at the time. So that was an awesome experience. It's the FCF pretty much brought us back together. So I know Ralph, Rashard, TJ. I know JJ, Jordis. Jordis is great. I felt like the Wild Aces did their thing though. They made those picks this year. We had a great team, man. I only think it is, like we just got through talking about. I just felt like that interception was the turning point of the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's definitely. I'm glad the Wild Aces fans are going to be very happy to hear that there has been a 7-on-7 team before with all these people, and that they could just run that back. That's going to be great. For our last question here, I'd like to know. You've obviously been in the FCF now, the CFL. Is there any leagues that you in particularly want? I mean, obviously the NFL, I'm sure, is everyone's goal. What is next, and what's the plan for the rest of LaDarius Galloway's career? You're obviously very young.
Pretty much, I know everyone is not pretty much on the focus of getting to the NFL, but like I said, when we was talking about serving others, I know I also run like a personal training business. What I'm saying, outside of football, so where I can be coaching. I like to coach and I like to do personal training at my position or whatever skill that it is, because I feel like as an athlete, what I'm saying, me being an athlete, football taught me a whole lot about life, what I'm saying, and some, youthful kid or youth kids, what I'm saying, girl or boy, sometimes they just need that guy or that person, what I'm saying, where they can come to and then where they can relate to sometimes. Being athletes, it's kind of tough on athletes, what I'm saying, to go to school, being able to stay balanced as far as like with family and with the sport that they're playing at the time. And, a lot of kids don't know how to manage that at one time. So being that outlet and being able to teach them, what they can do, how to control it, how to eat, what I'm saying, controlling their mind, controlling the urges to do certain things. What I'm saying? I feel like that's big. That'll be big for a lot of athletes going forward.
Yeah, I definitely there needs to be some figures there. I don't know if you saw the video that happened to Cam Newton the other day. This kind of relates to that. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that video. I ain't gonna lie, that was just very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? That's someone you can kind of like, admire. Well, you can't you can admire. You know what I'm saying, Cam Newton, because he played the game, played it at the NFL level, regardless of what's going on right now. He's still a person that you can like take from and just, see what he did to be an MVP in that league. You know what I'm saying? What made him a great player, you know what I'm saying, at Auburn. You know what I'm saying? How does he respond going through different adversities in life, you know what I'm saying? But, that kid, he's just young at the time. Yeah, he's gonna possibly look back at that video and be like, man, what a mistake, because of how viral, how much it blew up. But I would think something like that happened on a day-to-day, basis or something. He just was just wrong place at the wrong time. It's too public.
Well, even like, never mind the fact that he's a former MVP. I mean, anyone who's done anything in this business, I feel like you should listen to. LaDarius Galloway is talking to a team. I mean, he played in the CFL. You should probably listen to him. Definitely something. I was very upset to see that, but I think all the athletes share the same opinion on it. And I just want to thank you so much for joining us. It was absolutely a pleasure to have you. Can't wait to see you tear it up for the Wild Aces for the rest of the season. And do you have any idea what the playoff format's going to be or what it's going to look like?
I honestly don't, but I just know the guys. Each team, whatever team guys are drafted on that fourth week, that's the team the guys gonna be able to stay on as far as like that right there, and that's the team we'll be on going forward in the playoffs.
All right, cool. I was always wondering about that. That's what I figured was going to happen, but I wasn't sure. So, of course, going into that last week, listen back to this interview, get TJ Edwards for him, help LaDarius Galloway out as much as he can. I'm sure he wants to win the FCF championship this year. I cannot thank you enough for being here, and I cannot wait to see you tear it up for the rest of the season.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. It's going to be fun.
Thank you.
Have a good one, man.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right. You guys are the best.